This winter is about to be your most profound winter yet. Hibernation season that's coming in for you, Taurus, is about to work wonders in your life. There's so much more to the story than you know, Taurus. And the whispers that you've been hearing, the voices that has been speaking to you, the one that your intuition feels, the one that lights up your imagination, they're actual messages from your past lives. So we're going to dive deep today and explore these ancestral echoes, unveil maybe some new understandings, shower ourselves with some unexpected blessings. I feel like it's time that, Taurus, you get some good news. You get something good to happen for you, Taurus. You need some sprinkle in your life. Some good vibes, good juju, whatever culture you resonate with in your life. So you have a lot of good news coming in for you. So if your current situation looks like all of your earthly matters, work life, family life, career life, whatever your earthly matters is, if right now at this moment when you're guided to this message, life for you seems like you're having money problems, like it's always a bill collector, it's always something unexpected coming your way, some type of unexpected bill hitting you out of nowhere. If you've been questioning yourself, your decision-making skills, wondering if someone appreciates you or even deserves someone like you, whatever it is, the only reason why I'm even mentioning any of those negative things is because I need you to know that this message is for you. I want you to know that this message is for you. We're going to take all of that despair. We're going to take all of that negativity. Whatever baggage you have right now, Taurus, I need you to come into this reading and I don't need you to drop it on this tree. Okay? Drop it right here. If you've been feeling a lack of faith, a lack of inspiration, bored, lack of creativity, the monotony of life, drop that shit right here on this table. Take a break. Give yourself the next 20 minutes. I feel like we should be able to do this in 20 minutes. I can't guarantee you nothing. But if that's you and you know this message is for you, welcome back. Welcome back to our Secret Love Nest. TT here with another message of love just for you, Taurus. My only request is that you indulge responsibly as we dive deep into today's message. All right, let's get into it. Taurus. Look at that. Decrease appreciation. Depreciating your value. You are the second house, which is the house of value, after all, Taurus. And this is about your worth. This is about knowing it, having that conviction in it, and then utilizing it. So you have some good news coming in. And the good news is coming to you in your dream state. Before you lay your head on your pillow, before you go to sleep, you're going to have an epiphany. You're going to have a wake-up call. And it's going to feel very profound. Just like I said in the beginning. Move this out the way. I'm not sure if we're in a recession right now in the country, whatever country that you're in. But if you aren't in a recession right now, your past life, there's two things happening. One, this is a past version of yourself coming in from a period of a recession. So whenever the last recession was in your lifetime, that version of yourself is coming forward to give you insight into your present moment and into the future. For others of you, when you're guided to this reading, it will be in the future, and the recession, you either will be in the middle of the recession, or a recession is on its way. Okay. So this is like a message, an angelic message for you, Taurus, about some type of recession. During a recession, a moment when the earth will stand still, there will be some type of event in the world where it will cause majority of the world to stand still, be at a halt. And based off of whatever you're doing right now, whatever ideas that you feel like making right now, you've been given those ideas and those downloads so you can implement them before some type of major world event happens. When this event happens, you are meant to experience a lot of success and prosperity. Now, you know, when things are happening in the world, it may not be the right time to share it and like brag about it and talk about it, but don't even worry about it, because you won't have to. Because it seems like some way, somehow, the prosperity that you're receiving from this good news or this blessing is continuous, but it's unbeknownst to anyone else. So it's like a flow of income, a flow of support that I heard Uncle Sam isn't able to dibble and dabble in, or something like that. It's giving me like a reservoir. I'm seeing a camel. So in a desert, in a drought, you're going to have a reservoir. This is why it hasn't come in yet, because when you get it, when you get some type of major payout or blessing, they're telling you are going to know what to do with it. If anyone else had this opportunity, they would squander it. Okay. Or if they had this, whatever this is, it wouldn't be put to good use. And when a major event happens, nobody will be prepared for it. So you've been chosen to prepare, not just for a rainy day, but for a major life event where everyone's playing and kicking around. You're building an ark that has rooms and systems and governments, well, not governments, but organizations. It's organized like in the ark. He created rooms. He thought about what each animal might need, and if they didn't have accessibility to it, how would they get it? He had to come up with all of the internal revenue as well as the external, the structure to house those that are in travel. So that's what I'm seeing here. You're building an ark, and you have to organize the internal revenue of how it will be, what the cycle will be, what the filtration will be, so each day can run smoothly. Something about a system, an organization where each day can run smoothly. For a lot of you, I really do feel like you may be starting an organization, or someone may be funding an organization, and they want you to spearhead it. Okay. You choose the programs, the outreach, and different things that you want. Maybe you're being asked to select the cities the minority groups that will be helped, the cities that will be helped, where the reform will come from. And it seems like it's trickling down from the top. Okay. Yeah, because with no message here, it's reminding me of like something I saw. I think Kendrick Lamar and his wife like reached out to a lot of people that had like college debt, people that's trying to better themselves, applying themselves, or had a lot of college debt or something like that, and they paid off a lot of people's student loans and different things like that. And then said like left like a note like consider your debt clear or something like that. I can't remember what happened. If y'all know what I'm talking about, it's giving something like that. You're gonna be able to be helpful in so many people's lives. So it's the saying, I can't tell whether this is the past, present, or future, or where you come in at. But what I can tell you is your future self is saying that you guys are doing things like that. Your present self is saying this is what you're being prepared for. And your past self is understanding what's required, understands why something is now required. Your past self is the one that made the hard decisions to make sure you can sit here today and listen to this from a different perspective. So the current circumstances that you are in right now, is temporary. It's necessary, not even temporary. It's necessary to experience it because it's preparation for something. And that the storm doesn't last always. You're being prepared to be a wise spender. You're about to be a big spender. You're about to be spending a lot of money. And the question is coming to you. How, if you had all of this money, what would you do with it? That's what the angels are asking you. What would you do with it? Some people go shopping. Some people spend on themselves. Some people, and I'm not saying that you won't be able to do those things, but some people, that's all they ever do. Get new stuff to make them feel better. Improve themselves. But generational wealth, sowing into something that needs to grow and mature, creating employment for other people, that creates residual money, that creates residual wealth. This is why you were taken through this valley. Otherwise, if your past self received it, you would have could only see from the perspective of your personal situation and what you're going through and only wanting to improve that. So your soul had to make sure that it really stuck this time, that you really got to go through enough experiences that would change your perspective and get you to see that your life experiences, though it may be hard, though it may be tough, you aren't the only person in the world going through that. You're not a victim, and you aren't a damsel. And so if no one came to save you, no one came to rescue you, it wasn't a punishment, it was preparation. It had purpose. It wasn't a waste. And your past self, it says, is pretty much saying, I was able to see why something had to happen before it was too late, before I could sabotage myself. And that's why in this present moment, there is some type of choice you made, decision, I don't know. It seems like the choice that your past self made may have been to go through an uncomfortable experience. Uncomfortable experience can be, living with a relative, giving up everything you have, sleeping out your car, traveling to another state with nothing but the shirt on your back. These are different things this is where characters are built. Because in order to go through self-imposed distress, just for the sake of peace and happiness, to the outside world, a reason of peace and happiness ain't enough to disrupt everything you have. Fuck being peaceful and fuck being happy. I'll be unhappy because I know I got security. Many are called to be happy and be their authentic selves, even if it's uncomfortable. But only few will choose that path for themselves. So what you chose is a path where you decide what happens next. And all along, your future self wants you to know that it was you from the future that was speaking to you from the past. And you recognize that voice as God telling you to do it, and so you trusted it. But your future self wants you to go ahead and draw that correlation that you were your higher self, your future self was the God communicating to you. It was you then, it's you now, and it's you in the future. And that's why you're a winner, because you never quit on yourself. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? That's why you're a winner, because you never quit on yourself. Even when you couldn't see it, you trusted yourself. That is a self-love journey. It's not a walk that's meant for everybody. It's not going to be for everybody. It's not supposed to be for everybody. That's why few will walk it. Few will do it. But today, you're being asked to make another decision. And there's a point in the future where you know that your past needs a little bit of encouragement. Your past self needs a little bit of encouragement. And so somewhere in the future, you know yourself. And so you are going to communicate to yourself. I'm talking to the Tauruses that talk to themselves on a regular. Okay? The voices that you're hearing is you. And how you discern and decipher whether it's you or someone else? Well, that's easy. When it's you, it's always going to be the harder choice, the harder path. When it's someone else, it's going to sound easy. So when someone else is saying, and this is why you don't trust shit that's too good to be true. When someone else is saying, I can get you here faster. Just trust me and lean on me. It was never easy when you left the first time. It wasn't easy when you got it the second time. So why would it be easy this time? And here's what your future self wants you to know about your counterparts, right? When your counterpart meets you, one day you guys have a conversation and they willingly tell you, I knew all along, from the first moment I met you, that we were going to be together. I also knew that even if I had the means to make your life easy, you wouldn't want it that way, because I know you. I know myself. And so this person is saying to you, because I know myself, and anything that myself has ever asked me to do, it came with that type of value. That person knew the only way you would be able to trust them is if they allowed you the same thing that they would want for themselves. So the right person, the person that's for you, will never look at you like a damsel or look at you as if you were incapable. They would encourage you. They would support you. They would hype you up. not turn you down, not tear you down. They would hype you up, and not the one that people give for the public eye and social media to make it look like they're hyping you up. I'm talking about the person that doesn't feel like they need to rescue you. But they're always there. If you so choose, if you call on them or something like that. Because they are you and you are them. The only way to be with someone on a self-love journey, the other person must love themselves. And in order for that person to love themselves, you guys both have to trust yourselves above anyone else. And that's where the match was made in heaven. So, like I said, your future self is saying that you are going to, how can I explain it? You're going to go through some type of hardship or recession. Okay, but this too shall pass. And it's going to appear as if you've taken a final blow and you can't get back up. Like you're struggling. And you're unhappy because you never made it to a certain status. You never made it to a certain point in life. You never got all-star success, fame, whatever. None of that shit matters. You already know that. But your future self is saying at that moment, when you start hearing the repetition of, you deserve more, you're so underrated, this and that, whatever. When you start hearing the repetition of that, you're portal jumping. That's a confirmation that you've come to the end of that dimension and it's time for you to portal jump. So what's going to happen is you're going to take all that insight, because it's not about making it to the finish line. It's a marathon. It's a continuous loop. Full circle moments after full circle moments after full circle moments. Waking up, remembering everything before you lay your head on the pillow. And doing it all over again the next day. So each day is like a portal jump. Let me see what else. Like you're an observer or a recorder of the world. I'm hearing Sherman. Is this Sherman? Mr. Peabody, yes. And this is what the spiritual journey is all about. Dark Night of the Soul is an opportunity for your entire demands of the world and others of you to come to a halt so you can travel, past, present, and future. Like Mr. Peabody. There's something else here. There's some type of relationship or union coming together in a way that allows you to be able to travel more in the spirit, astral travel more in the spirit, because all of the demands of like work life, finances, your human mundane life is taken care of, is provided for. I do feel like something is non-negotiable though. Something is non-negotiable. What is this non-negotiable energy? Your future self is saying you're offered this in the future, and it sounds sweet. I didn't say it. Someone else did. Anyway, moving on. Okay. I don't know, y'all. Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Temple path. Something is changing. Okay, so there's going to be some type of situation that you won't be able to fix, or you won't be able to, like, you won't, this is pretty much saying like you won't work at the hospital anymore. Okay, you may be like a private person. So let's say you work at a hospital as a nurse. You may not be a public hospital nurse anymore. You may be a private nurse, which means you work for you have fewer clientels, or maybe just one person. You see how that's a non-negotiable? There's something about your affiliation with one person leaves you exposed to the general population, right? That's what I'm getting here. So something about this is non-negotiable, but it's equal. You need a remote? Hold on. It's equal in some capacity because you're in a different dimension now. You're in a different world. And when you're in a different type of world, you can't be a part of the general population. That's what I'm hearing. Yeah, if you become what's that word? If you become the surgeon that has a private, like you're the private surgeon of the president, do you honestly think that it would be wise to go and work in your local hospital as the surgeon of the president? That don't sound very smart, because once people realize that you are the surgeon for the president, then it becomes a conflict of interest. Then it becomes, people may break their foot just so you can do their surgery. I'm being extreme, but you get the picture, right? You get my drift. That's what I'm seeing here. Something about it is non-negotiable, because that is a way to hurt another person. That is a way to have access to another person, or to create issues for another person by way of you. Okay, so that may be in the writing itself, like your future self is reading a document or something like that, and it literally states that pretty much you understand that your choices affects another person. This can be professional. It doesn't have to be romantic. Your future self is reading it, and you're like, I remember when my past self was told this, and I never thought in a million years it would really happen. And so there's a choice that your past self, you allow someone to care for you. You change your mind from a lack consciousness. And you allow someone to have your back, and you fall on them. Something about you being able to fall back on someone, and they will catch you. You know what I'm saying? That's a different type. That's security. And you get to just pick your flowers and do what you love and feel appreciated. It brings someone great pleasure to be able to provide security that allows you to feel secure. Security. So at your lowest, what feels like your lowest this someone's gonna come in, and it's the right time, and you're gonna have so much it doesn't even feel like you. It feels like it's projection from people that couldn't get you to stay in a lack consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Your old friends, your old associates, your old relationships, all speculating on your life. Like it reminds me of that. I saw something on TikTok, not TikTok, but YouTube Shorts. I think Eve was talking to Fat Joe, and there was rumors or allegations that her husband, that they were billionaires. And so he was like, I don't even know why you rap anymore. Why you even have to come out here and do X, Y, and Z. Because y'all are billionaires. Your husband's a billionaire. So, like, what's the point anymore? And she kept saying, that's a lie. That's all everyone's doing, X, Y, and Z. And not that she should have to explain why she still wants to do music and do what she loves, even though she stopped for a while. The speculations of whether or not she's doing it because she's hurting, or that you only sing or you only rap because you are trying to get to the money, is a stigma, a stereotype that belittles the art and the craft of utilizing those gifts in those ways. So no matter how much she kept saying, I'm telling you right now, he kept trying to poke. And so that was what that's what I would describe as projection of their own negative jealousy. Even from a masculine, it can happen both genders, trying to pretty much discredit you as being a hood cop out, because you stopped doing something for a while. And I think that's just kind of, because we have woman holding a coin and a temple pad. That's exactly why when you portal jump and you go from one level of consciousness to another, they aren't going, when they say remember where you came from, that's in a literal context in this type of situation. Because if they had a crabs in a barrel mentality then, they have a crabs in a barrel mentality now. If it was great wherever the fuck people came from, they would never work so hard to get out the bucket. Okay? But some people are born from predicaments and they just love what they do. And that should be enough. Not for the statistics, not for the numbers, not for anything else, but just you love it. So anytime you can pick it up years from now. You know what I'm saying? You could take years off. You could pick it up again. You're going to really be grateful that you gave yourself time to have this version of life. You know what I'm saying? You get like 5 strong years. And it's the best choice you made then. And it's the best choice. You're glad that you made it now. This is your future self saying it. This is the best choice that I made then. This is the best choice that I'm happy that I made. That I'm happy where I am now. And it does look like, I ain't gonna hold you, something really does feel terminal. Seems like someone's ready to transition, and they want to transition with you. And they're only going to tell you and no one else. Yeah. This is someone that's choosing. There's someone here that's choosing how they want to transition. They don't want none of that sad stuff. They don't want none of they want to be able to have the best remaining years of their life. And the sun, this is like, I want to be in the sun. I want to enjoy having free time. I'm telling you, this is how someone, this is how they want to live out their days in their life. Married, happy, going outside, just eating fruits. Someone knows that even if it's not terminal, someone knows that continuing a certain lifestyle, eventually it can become terminal. You know what I'm saying? Because they chose to spend majority of the quality of their life chasing something, and someone is like, I don't want to chase anything anymore. I don't want to rush. I'm not in a hurry. I want to enjoy life. This is not where it's at. And so someone's giving themselves permission to just enjoy the last few couple of years, you know what I'm saying, doing something, and then they're going to slow all the way down, and they want to slow down with you. So for not everybody, it's kind of giving like, this is someone that wants to, they're preparing to slow down. I feel like it's only 3 years before something starts to come in the works, but it's been in preparation for about the past 5 years. That's what I'm seeing here. This union has been in preparation for a long time. This is justice. Like someone is giving themselves permission to, I got the message. Like, this is the moment in the sun. Enjoy it. And just be vulnerable to the experience, coming out of isolation, coming out of hermit mode. And just have those memories. But they ultimately want to settle down with you. Okay. So your future self is saying things are about to pick up. Right now, it's in the works. And things are about to pick up. Yep. Your days of fixing everybody, being savior, rescuer, it's changing. Let someone catch you for once, right? It's definitely giving me like paying it forward. Share my... Alright, what's your closing message? I hope this is recording. Yeah, it's recording. Record. I don't know, I want some grits. Look, you got answered the call. Explore, travel, live. I told you about to be traveling. Wow, that is so crazy. I told you, 2 of Cups. Traveling across seas. Just doing the simple stuff. Picking flowers. No hurry at all. I don't know why this is giving like Vikings, Scotland. It's giving like Scottish. What's her name? Brave. Was Brave from Scotland? I don't know. But let me read the book. So you have Answer the Call, Explore, Travel, Live. It's time to explore. It's time to travel. It's time to live your life. Okay, Vikings. Vikings are renowned as fierce warriors who demonstrated superhuman strength and commanded sailing ships and weapons to defeat their enemies on sea and land. A fatalistic outlook and belief in an afterlife allowed Vikings to face death courageously, both in battle and on their long, dangerous sea voyage. They believed in gods and goddesses as well as mythological creatures, such as water spirits, dwarves, giants, and elves. Vikings respected their deities and considered them more powerful than humans, but also saw them as human-like in that they ate, fought, drank, and played tricks on people. Many Viking warriors couldn't wait to fight by the side of their gods in the afterlife. These risk takers braved dangerous waters and traveled far from their homelands in Scandinavia, relying on their knowledge of the stars, the moon, and the ocean and its wildlife to guide them. Their keen physical and intuitive senses also help steer their journeys. Ancestors speak. It's time for you to wake up. Wow. Okay, y'all, it's time for you to wake up and live again. You're here on this earth for a reason. Don't waste your time. Embrace life and explore the world with every ounce of your soul. Take risk. Think outside the box. Journey to unknown places. Follow your instincts and live your life to the fullest. Divinatory meaning. The universe chose you to be here for a specific reason. It is up to you to discover that reason and go after it. Answer your call. If you are tired and fed up with life, focus on the courageous energy of the Vikings. Call upon your spirit guides to give you the positive energy to enjoy your life. You may also like to challenge yourself with some activities or experiences that make you feel alive and give you a boost of adrenaline. Take risk and enjoy. Taurus, I want to thank you for loving me, receiving me wholeheartedly, and accepting me as I am. May all the love, support, likes, shares, super chats, and virtual hugs that I receive from each and every single one of you on a daily basis be multiplied abundantly over your life. And so it is. Until next time. Bye.